who I am really quickly for those that don't know. So my name's Reece Potter. I'm the player and coach development manager for Werribee. I've been here for just over 18 months. Just grab one of the sheets over there. Been here for just over 18 months. Previous to that, my background is basketball coaching, so now more in program management and leading the program in different ways and coach education. But previous to that, I'm a basketball coach, coached the Launceston Tornadoes in the SEABL, and coached with 2 WNBL clubs, Sydney and Canberra. So that's my background here. I'm very passionate about the game and want to see it continue to grow. And the reason I picked shooting for the first topic is I think it's the most under-taught skill. And a lot of reason with that is coaches don't want to teach it because there's a lot of grey area. It's a lot about whether the ball went through the hoop or not. What I'm going to try and do is show you how I teach shooting and how I think it should be taught. There is obviously different ways and different approaches. I think this is a good way. I took the teaching from Basketball Australia in 2013, came out with a national shooting technique when Ian Stacker was the head coach of the RAS. And he used the 3 key components: the set, the load, and the release. And from that, you can teach kids from this age right through to adults how to shoot and breaking it down, because there's a lot of detail within that. But once you understand the 3 key components, the set, the load, release, you can really improve a player's shooting and break it down. So for me, I've just written a couple of different notes to start off talking. I'll try and get through them pretty quick. But I think the number one job of junior coaches is to develop a love of the game for their players. All right? It's not to win. All right? That's great if you do, but at the end of the day, it's to develop a love of the game. And the reason I say that is, if they love the game like I do, they'll want to get into it. They'll want to be involved in it, like you guys here. They'll want to improve. They'll understand it takes hard work. They'll understand it takes commitment. So if you develop love of the game and passion for it, then you've done your job, because the rest will take care of itself. All right. When we go through the shooting, we'll talk about the set, load, release. I've got a little bit of a PowerPoint. I don't know if everyone can see. I might have to turn the angle a little bit, but just to show you the key components. We are also talking about scoring as well. You just have to tweak the angle of that, yeah. We're also going to talk about scoring and being adaptive and creative. That'll be the last half an hour or so. And can I just get a show of hands? Who coaches what age group? So if I go under 8s, how many under 8s? Under 10s? 12s? Cool. 14s? And up? Older? Yep, okay. So generally, and I've written this note, so sorry to anyone that's under 8s or under 10s, I wouldn't actually teach too much technique to that age group. Under 8s, under 10s, what I want them to do is to get used to pushing the ball up, exploring, trying it, but basically I just emphasize get your hands underneath and push it up. So with those age groups, I don't get too technical. I want them just to have fun, try and make a shot, and learn that if it goes up higher, it's got more chance of going in rather than pinging out the hoop really flat. Once we get into under 12s, that's where I think we've really got to start to teach shooting. I think it's, like I said before, the most under-taught skill. It's super important at the highest levels, but right through to under 12s rep, domestic. When I watch games, the kids that can make the shot from the outside or from the mid-range, instead of having to drive in all the time, they're the ones that can progress further. And it's really the most important skill. I mean, I've put down it's the master skill. If you can shoot the ball and you can score in different ways, you put yourself in a really good spot. So when we're coaching shooting, I think it's a balance between competition and learning. All right, you want to have some competition in your training so it's engaging and fun, but at the same time, there's got to be the breakdown where they actually learn the technique. So with the key aspects with teaching shooting, there's the technique, so breaking it down and teaching it, so the form shooting and things like that, and we'll go through it. There's the game-like shooting situations, so putting them in spots where it's more game-like. And then lastly, it's understanding of shot selection. What's a good shot? What is a good shot? Other than one that goes in. What's a good shot? Where? When you're open, all right, open uncontested in your shooting range is a good shot. What else? Yeah. So if you're in rhythm and facing the basket, stepping in, yep. All right, but I think that comes back to being open and in the context of the game, taking that shot. The other ones are layups and free throws because they're higher percentage. All right, so if we make most of our points in the paint and can score in the paint, get to the foul line because we attack the paint, all right, or take wide open shots because we drew the defense and kicked it out, they're the best shots we can get. All right, so kids understanding what a good shot is, not just one that goes in, not just when mum or dad yells out shoot and they chuck it up. All right, understanding what a good shot is, having a good technique, and then being able to put that in game-like situations, 1-on-0, and then also in competitive stuff is really key, and that's how we should teach shooting. All right. I'll get into it. So the first thing we're going to do is what is the shadow shooting series, and that is the most tedious, boring part of the day. All right, for any of the kids. For when we teach them the first time, that's the most basic, the most tedious. All right, and when I do my shooting camps, I tell the kids this will be the most boring part, but it's the most important. All right, so understanding this lets them have the understanding to progress onto the other parts. Okay, so this is where I'll really break down the set, load, release. All right, I'll show you a bit on the screen, some examples of what we're talking about, but I'll get these guys up. Can you guys just come and line up along the sideline with your basketball? And we'll sort of talk it through and I'll show you how I build it up. So just line up on the side. Need a drink already. All right, so the first position is set. And I'll spend my most time talking about that. So when we're in set, we start with the feet. We want their feet hip width apart. A lot of us say shoulder width, but one of the things I've picked up in recent times from another coaching clinic was kids can't actually really see their shoulders when they look down. They can sort of see their hips. So if we go just outside the width of our hips, our feet are that width apart. We should have roughly 10 toes facing the basket. So if every player here imagines you guys are all the basket, they're all facing you. Okay? So we want 10 toes to the rim and slightly staggered stance. So their dominant foot should be about a toe's length in front of their non-dominant foot. So if they're right-handed, right foot slightly forward. Left-handed like Maya, left foot slightly forward. But you want that nice wide balanced stance. Don't want their feet too close together. Don't want them too far apart. You want it nice and balanced, hip width apart, so when they bend down, their knees go over their toes. All right, so there's a lot of detail in that, but first thing is get your feet hip width apart, and then whichever hand they are, or whichever dominant hand, that foot should be slightly in front. So you guys do it. So when I say shadow, they've got to copy as I say it. All right, so Josh, good, 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 good. Yours are okay, yep. And you need to put which hand do you? Right, so you need your right foot just further forward. Cool, so you got that stagger stance. Now some people teach angled feet, all right, or some players slightly angle their feet to their non-dominant hands, so they angle slightly to the side, so right-handed would angle to the left a little bit, left-handed to the right. That's okay, there's nothing necessarily wrong with it, it's whatever's most comfortable, but to start with, I just tell them 10 toes to the ring, because you think about coaching kids, if you start telling them at your domestic training, all right, angle your feet, some of them are going to be doing this, and it's going to be ridiculous. All right, so we just tell them 10 toes to the rim. If naturally over time they have a slight turn, that's okay. All right, whatever's comfortable for them, because when you shoot the ball, you've got to be comfortable. All right, you've got to be comfortable, you've got to be relaxed. It can't be tense. I've never seen a great shooter that's all tensed up. You've got to be relaxed. All right, so that's their feet. From there, we talk about hip pressing. So they're in their stance. When they go down, they don't just want to bend their knees, because everyone just bend their knees for a second. Just bend them down. All right, if you bend your knees, they go in front of your toes, all right, and it's not very comfortable or balanced. So we don't want to knee press and just drop our knees. What we want to do is hip press, so our butt goes back and down, and we can sit in our stance. Our knees shouldn't be in front of our toes, so do it and hold that position. Good, really good, really good. So they start to get that feet positioning, they understand the hip press, hips back and down. So you've got to get them to almost sit in their shot. All right, you've got to get them to sit in their shot. Okay, so this is all to do with the set position. Their feet, the hip press, and now it's about their hands. All right, stand up for a second. So I let them chill out, because now they got that, I'll come back to it. Now it's about their hand positioning. So when they have the ball, whichever hand is their dominant hand, their index finger should be in the middle of the ball. The index finger. So how we get that point of reference to start with is we tell them where the needle is on the ball, put their index finger and spread their hand wide. And the reason we do that, the distance from our thumb to index finger and our index finger to pinky when we spread our hand wide is almost exactly the same. So if I start with my hand like this in the middle of the ball, actually my hand when I go into it is far too to one side. Does that make sense? What I'm saying? So you've got to have your index finger in the middle of the ball, hand spread. So now when I come up to the load point of my shot, that finger's going straight towards the rim. So everyone do that, show me. So I just get them to show me like that they got their finger in the middle of the ball and their hand spread. All right? Finger in the middle of the ball, hand spread. All right, so that's their hand positioning, nice and wide. Now they flip it over, add the guide hand sits on the side. All right, guide hand sits on the side. Now our thumbs make a T, so our thumbs make a T type shape, and our arms make a V. So show me that. Thumbs make a T, arms make a V. This can come over a bit more. Good. Thumbs making a T, one going that way, one going that way. They don't have to be touching. We want space. And our arms make a V. We also have to have wrinkles in our wrist. So a lot of shooters will start with the ball like this. And then as they go up, they flick into it. We want it to be as efficient as possible. We don't want to move the ball from there to there and then load it. We want to start ready, so we want to start with wrinkles in the wrist. So our wrist should be bent. I should have that hand in the middle of the ball and spread, my dominant hand behind the ball, my guide hand on the side of the ball, thumbs make a T, arms make a V, and then I go back to the feet. So I say, all right, now show me your feet, hip press, and we're into that. So they're in what we call now set position. All right, now a lot of coaches tell their players to get up here to start with. What's the challenge with that? What do you think? 100%. So if I start up here, to get the power, what am I going to have to do with the ball? I'm not going to, like, if I'm a 10-year-old, 11-year-old kid, what am I going to have to do? Either dip it or mostly this. You see this all the time. They start here, they go there, and then up. What does that look like? What am I about to do? Chest pass it. So they chest pass to the basket. Whereas what we want them to do is to shoot it. So they should start down, nice and low, and then rise up. I'm left-handed, like Maya. All right, thumbs make a T, arms make a V. I want to start nice and comfortable, nice and relaxed. All right, I don't want to emphasize bringing the elbow in too much. I certainly don't want it out, but I'm just nice and relaxed. So if someone threw me the ball, I can catch it, I'm nice and comfortable. Wrinkles in the wrist, thumbs make a T, arms make a V. Show me. Show me. Sure, you didn't make this look too good. It's struggling on the angle. I'll try and see if this looks. So that's set. So we got Clay Thompson, Lauren Jackson, both really good shooters. You guys can stand up for a second, chill out. Both their set position, nice and low and comfortable. All right, nice and low and comfortable and relaxed. Then they drive up. Load. We haven't got to that yet. That'll be the next point, but you see their set position nice and relaxed, and if you saw their feet, it'd be the same thing. Shoulder width apart, hips down in that position. So set's the one I spend the most time on because it's a starting point. If they get the starting point wrong, the rest of it's probably going to go downhill. All right, so I spend the most time on that. You guys take 2 big steps back. So they're shadowing it as we talk. I probably wouldn't talk normally quite this much, close, but not as much, because they're kids. They don't have as long attention span as you guys, and I'm trying to really give all the detail. Depending on the age group, I'll brush over it a bit quicker and come back to it, but the first time I do it, it's the most detail we'll ever do it. Okay, because it's the one chance to capture their imagination, try and teach shooting how you want, teach it the right way, and then build it up. So everyone show me their set position. Wrinkles in the wrist. Good. Hand in the middle of the ball, hand spread, perfect, that's right. So that's right down the middle of the ball now, that's good. Good, wrinkles in the wrist. All right, so I see a lot of them sort of take it to one side. They got it to one side of their body. All right, got it to one side of their body. I'm more in the middle, nice, relaxed and comfortable in the middle. I want them to be there, because now as they go up, naturally their elbow will come in. Don't have to stress about their elbow being in early, because as I go from there to there, naturally my elbow comes in, my wrist comes under the ball, and I get the load point like Lauren, Steph, and Clay. All right, so their elbow naturally comes in, they don't have to force it. So now from set, we're going to drive up through our toes, go to load, get our wrist under the ball, we start looking over the ball, we start looking under the ball, we can get it to load, set, load, and then we're into release. All right, when we release, lock and snap, and you're just going to shoot on the spot, rebound, keep going, and I'll coach you on the run. All right, that's it. Go. Set, load, release. You guys can spread out a bit, keep shooting, spread out a bit, keep shooting. You guys watch them and see if what they're doing. Keep going, shoot it up, keep going, keep shooting. So while they're doing this, I go around one at a time and just check their starting point, check their hands, give them a little bit of feedback on the run. So this is similar to what you might have in your domestic training. So you could go around, fix each kid. You want them to coach on the run. They're in set, load, release. Set, load, release. All right, hold there. So one really key important part when we go from set to load is that the ball goes straight up. So it doesn't come back towards my body because that becomes that chest pass I was talking about before. It can't go from here to here, that's no good. I want it away from my body, I want to keep that shape. That nice V shape, I want to keep. There. And as I drive up from my toes, that's when the ball goes up. There. All right, so now in the load, I can see the ring underneath the ball. I get it up nice and high, wrist underneath it. On the release, keep the teaching points really simple. Lock your elbow, snap your wrist. Fingers started spread on the ball, so they should finish spread. They shouldn't clinch together. The ball should come off these two fingers towards the basket. All right, because now as I go down, set, load, my toe, knee, elbow, wrist, and those fingers is all in a line to the basket. So it comes off with backspin and goes straight. Now again, if I'm coaching 10-year-olds, I don't give them all this stuff, but I'm trying to give you as much in-depth understanding as to the why it works. All right? So really key when we get up to there that the ball doesn't creep back in, because that's where it becomes two movements. We want it there, up, and forward. And the ball's coming off those fingers, hand starts spread and finishes spread. What does the guide hand do? Quiz. What does the guide hand, the other hand? So my right hand, your left hand, what does it do? It chills there. That's a pretty good answer actually. All right, it chills there. So it's a guide on the side, it shouldn't do much. So as we look at Clay, Michael Jordan, all those guys, their non-dominant hand, their left hand, it stays there like that. A lot of players, particularly young players, what they'll do is they'll thumb the ball and their thumb will flick out. So a lot of time their shot ends up looking like this. That's not good form because the other thumb and that hand is impacting the shot. All right, so what we really want is this perfect form at the end of it where it goes from set to load into release and that guide hand stays the guy on the side. So go a couple more. Just shoot it out on the spot. Start nice and low, drive it up. Don't start too high. Up, one motion. So it doesn't have to, even though we've got three components, it's not A, B, C, it's one motion. All right, when we watch them shoot, it's one motion. There's a video. Show. Yeah, I'll just show you that when to stop and start, if that's all right. Go big. Try and get it big. All right, good, hold there. There's a video. Can you guys see that down there? Yep. Will it start or not? Won't go there. Let me close and start again. That's what we paid $2,000 for. I want to get the, there we go. So to go back and forward, if I say go back and forward, it's option and back.
or option the forward.
All right, so I've just put a couple of WNBA and NBA clips. Now again, I know we're not coaching those players, but what I'm trying to do is show that that's what their technique ends up like. Like they don't start with their elbow in cramped. They don't start with the ball really high. All right, their shot is natural. It starts low in that set. They drive it up, they get it nice and high, and they shoot it high out of their hands. So just play it now. So this is Diana Taurasi, one of the best female players in the world. See how she starts the ball really low, gets it up nice and high on the load, and then this nice lock and snap. So freeze it there, or go back. Go back a bit. Is it going back? You got to hit option. Oh, he's going to. So not really low. All right, so she starts the ball really low. Now, I'm not saying you teach them to start that low, but there's nothing wrong with it. Because a lot of the time we're told start it up here, but the kids can't get the power, right? And it's got to feel natural and easy. I don't know anyone that can go as a 10-year-old or even at our age can go from here up and that feel really nice and easy. This is natural. Boom, into my shot. All right, play it. Pause it. Oh, too slow. You got the release. She's up, lock and snap, and you got to encourage him to get that jump. Shooting is a whole body experience. These guys are really loud, eh? Shooting is a whole body experience, all right? So you got to drive up through your toes. As I'm going up through my toes, the ball moves, and it's a whole body experience, so they got to drive up. We were just shooting on the spot, finishing on our toes. With the form shooting, we'll do the same thing. Once we get into some game-like shooting situation, I'll be encouraging them to jump a little bit, all right? Is there any questions on any of that so far? Anything you want clarified? I've written down the notes and tried to be detailed on the key components of each section so it'll jog your memory, because there's a lot there. But I think if you can get the kids to understand that, at least to start with, you then got something to build from. All right? You've then got something to build from. Yep. Yep. Definitely. Yes. Yep. I'm still working on it. So what I tell them, I try and tell them to avoid thumbing it. So try and get them to consciously think about that guide hand a little bit more. So now as they go up, all right, that thumb isn't sitting on the ball, because a lot of them you'll see it'll sit like that. All right, they'll get up to there, and what they do with that offhand is it sort of claws on the ball, whereas it should just be sitting nice and comfortable. So there should be a gap on their hands, but other than that, the ball should be sitting in their fingers, but not like this. But what ends up happening is the kids go up, and for some reason they start to do that with the guide hand, and then it goes out. All right, so I just constantly try and avoid them to do that. It should really, the thumb should really just sit almost flat on the ball and not be impacting it too much. So it's just getting them to think about it. I don't know the perfect answer yet. I really don't. Yeah.
So all you're doing is using your arm to guide that ball.
Yep. Yep.
And then, as you said, mentally thinking that thumb will not touch the ball. So
Yep.
they get that technique.
Yep.
And then they can put it, they can rest that back on the ball.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. So.
Just the palm.
Yep. I agree. Trying stuff like that, because at the end of the day, even though shooting is two hands, it's really a one-hand motion. The others, like we said, Josh summed it up. It just chills there on the side. It's just the guide on the side. So, you know, trying to get it out of there is really key, and that actually impacts a lot of shots. So we got the couple of clips. We had the breakdown, so we understand the key components. All right, now we'll move into how we build it to some form shooting. So this stuff here, if I was coaching under 12s, under 14s, I'd probably spend 10 minutes on the first bit. Obviously not as much stop and start, work my way through it, build them into it, all right, and then get straight into this form shooting. All right, so the form shooting now is, I don't use the basket for shadow shooting. Why do you think that is? Sorry, I changed tack, but why don't you think I use the basket for shadow shooting? 100%. So they're worried about whether it went in or not. I just want them to focus purely on now, are they doing what I'm asking them to do? Are they developing a Klay Thompson jump shot, or are they just worrying if they made the shot? I want them to be developing Klay Thompson jump shot. All right, so now we move to form shooting. All right, so can we get 3 lines on the charge circle? You might want to move that. Yeah, that can be turned off too. All right, so the first one is just the stationary. So I've got them listed there. The first one is the stationary, and I'm going straight into two hands. If I find the right page. Yeah, so stationary and two hands. So everything we just did without the basket, we now add the basket in. All I do is tell them to aim for the back of the rim. We want back of the rim down. Now we don't want back of the rim pinging out. We've got to keep reminding them you shoot the ball up. We shoot the ball up. So then they're in their set, load, release, just finishing on their toes to start. They'll shoot two and rotate round. Let's go. Go, 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 go. Set, load, release. So now I'd just be reinforcing the key points. I wouldn't be going over the top. If I need to talk to a kid, I'll just grab him to the side. All right? If Josh's shot's way off or something, I pull him to the side. Josh, work on this. I won't be stopping the whole drill just for one kid. It would only be if every single kid or close to is flicking their offhand out or doing that or something, that I'd stop it and re-hit the key points. You've got to remind them to maintain form during this stage. All right, not just go back to bad habits and worry about make or miss. One motion. Good hold there. So, with some kids, particularly as they get older, boys, as they get older, you've got to avoid the ball. They sometimes get it to there and their wrist is behind it and they shoot really flat. So they're trying to get it higher and shoot the ball up. They've got to get to a point where their wrist becomes under the ball, because now that naturally goes up. All right? So some of these guys, they're at a point where they get it to there and it's just in front of their eyes. They've just got to encourage themselves to get it that little bit higher so their wrist comes under it and shoots it up. Luke, that's yours. Straight to there. All right, get it that little bit higher. All right, go a couple more. I'll show you the next one. You've also got to remind them to start the ball nice and low. Finish up on their toes. One motion. One motion. Go. Good. Wrist, wrinkles in the wrist. Wrinkles in the wrist. So you're starting with your, yep, there you go, that's better. Wrinkles in the wrist. Good. Drive up through your toes. Drive up through your toes. Oh, you can get the ball higher in there, even though you don't have to shoot as low. Get it up high. In close. Make sure our guide hand stays the guide on the side. Hold our follow through. All right, hold there. That's the first one. Give them some feedback. Pull the kid to the side. Coach them on the run. Try not to stop the whole drill. Second one, but you just want them to go. Once you've done it a few times, you might say first kid to make 6 swishes. All right, 2 at each spot. Okay, but the first time you do it, I would take the score out of it, because then they'll worry too much about that. Once you've done it 3 or 4 times, you've got to add some form of competition so it doesn't become boring. All right, because they've got to be engaged in it. All right, cool, I'm focusing on the swish. All right, and then still coach them on their technique, reinforcing set, load, release the whole time. All right, now we move out a tiny bit. Now we want to activate their legs more in the shot. Okay, we want to get more base and balance and drive up. We start on the 3 hops. So the first one, obviously you can't do this in the game. Obviously you can't do this in the game. But we're going to hop on the spot, 1, 2, 3, and then drive up into the shot. So we're going to go 3 hops and then shoot. Okay, now with young kids, make sure they understand that this is a practice skill, this is form shooting, not something you can do in a game. Coach didn't say, go and jump. All right, so we ready? 3 hops, block out all the distractions. Ready? 3 hops, 1, 2, 3. On the third one, drive up, get a little jump in your shot. Go. Next. Drive up, get a little jump. Get that ball nice and high. Set, 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 load, release. Set, 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 load, release. Watch your offhand, Luke. Flicked out a bit. See, Ariel starts really high, number 42, really high with the ball, and you'll see that it comes back towards their body. So he starts really high, and it comes back. You want to try and avoid that. We'd rather it start lower and drive up here. But you've got to start from a young age. So once you're under 12, you've got to start to develop the right technique. All right, so this one here is about generating the power in their legs, understanding shooting as a whole body experience, up through our toes, finish at our fingertips, so it's whole body. Toes right to fingertips. All right, again, really got to emphasize that hip press and make sure their knees stay over their toes. Some kids, what you'll see is they do this. Knees will come in, All right, that is not good. We want them over their toes and balanced in that set position. All right, next one. So that is 3 hops. The next one we do, they stay on the edge of the key, facing away from the basket. Good. Start facing away in the set. They're now going to jump around in either 2 movements or 1 movement. So this is 180-degree form shooting. So they start in set with hips down, ball in the right spot, nice and balanced. Should be able to hold that spot all day. They land in that set position, then they're up into their shot. Show me. Good, you can do it in 1, Luke. Go, go, go. If you can do it in 1, do it in 1. Challenge yourself, go. So younger kids might need the 2, but this is testing their balance now. What we're trying to build is as they get older, they can run off screens, get in their shot. Go, go, go. Hop, good. Start low. One thing I forgot to mention before, keep going, is sometimes the kids, when you do some of these, they'll bob the ball around a lot. We don't want that. All right, you want shooting to be as efficient as possible. So I was talking about it before, where the ball just goes there to there and then in. That's all we want. So we don't want it to bob around. We want it staying still and then up. All right, so that's what we've got to constantly reinforce. Good, go a couple more. Any questions while they finish off? All right, good, hold there. Now, the next one and the last one I'll show is 3 jumps. So they'll move back, outside the key, outside the yellow line, outside the yellow line. Now they're jumping forward 3 times. Set, 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 and then on the last one I'm up into it. So 3 jumps forward. On the last one I jump up, not forward. All right, so we want to land in our own feet. Go. Next person. Not bad, drive up. So you've got to constantly coach their balance, their feet positioning, making sure they hip press, not knee press, making sure their hand positioning's right. But again, I'll do it on the run now. They've had enough stop-start, pull the kid out that needs some work and work with them. Land balanced each time, press those hips down, get lower. Press those hips down, get lower, sit in it. Sit in it to start. Wrinkles in the wrist. Wrinkles in your wrist. Not bad. So you see most of them are getting nice backspin on the ball. All right, that's what we want. How do I emphasize it? There should be a decent amount of backspin on the ball if you're shooting it properly, because what should happen is your wrist should be lowered and you get it up to here, and as it flicks off, as you flick that, it should get good backspin. So if they're not, there's probably something to do with their hand positioning. All right, so it's possibly they're not getting wrinkles in the wrist and they're shooting the ball forward. There's a guy I coach for NITP, Kane Hines, that plays domestic and rep here. I don't know if anyone knows him. Big, bald guy. All right, very good player, but what he struggles with is he doesn't get wrinkles in the wrist, gets the ball up to there and shoots out. There's not a whole lot of backspin on, or he compensates for it and ends up being too much, okay? The other thing is if you get side spin and things like that, it means it's not coming purely off those 2 fingers, it's coming off something else, or the thumb's getting involved, all right? So go back to the hand positioning when it comes to the spin. So like Luke's one just then started to float, wouldn't have come off those fingers, it's probably come off something else. So the last thing that should touch the ball is those 2 fingers. All right, hold there, really good. So that's form shooting. So we've done a fair bit on that. So we've gone shadow shooting, we've taught them how to do it. We've gone form shooting, and you'd come back to form shooting next week. It's not just something you do once. I probably only do shadow shooting once a year. Maybe twice if I really need to break it down. But probably just with 1 kid. All right, but I would do form shooting nearly every week, but in some different way, shape or form, all right, with some different game. As it gets more, as the season goes on, I'd tweak it and do it a little bit differently, all right? But I wouldn't do the shadow shooting we did at the start. I'd probably do that once, all right? Because otherwise the kids are going to be like, oh, Here he goes again. Here we go. You just get him once, do it right, sell it to him. This will be boring, this will be mundane, but if you pay attention, you get something out of it. All right, so sell it to them that they own it, and if they listen, they'll improve. All right, now we're going to get into some more game-like type situations, or situations that are going to build us to more game-like shooting. All right, so the first one we're going to do, I need a line here and a line there, so edge of the key on the baseline. All right, so this is our spin out, and we're working off the 2-foot jump stop. Okay, so different footwork now. So now we start to build in multiple skills. So we're building in footwork, our pivoting, our balance, and then the shot. So this is an extension of form shooting, but now in a bit more game-like situation and getting something else in there. So the guys will start, hips down, we want good preparation. We're going to throw the ball out to the block. Sorry, had to throw the ball out to the block, land balanced and low. All right, so we want to land balanced and low facing the wing. So you guys will face out there. I'm facing out to the wing here. Land balanced and low, wrinkles in the wrist. I'm going to pivot to start with on the inside foot. So foot closest to the middle. So on this side, it's my left. On that side, it's right. Okay, so inside foot and forward pivot towards the defender. Around, and then I'm into the shot. Okay, now with this, on the pivot, we want to emphasize low to lower. So I don't want to see catch low and then turn around standing up and shoot, because I'm off balance. I'm out of control. All right, so I want to pivot low to lower and then rise up into my shot. So catch low, wrinkles in the wrist, set position, lift that inside heel, pivot round, boom, low to lower, and then up into the shot, rebound, go the other side. Go. Throw it, backspin, go, 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 land, pivot round, forward pivot, go. Next one, next one, next one. Make sure you don't fade away, maintain your form, set, load, release, catch in the set, drive up to the load, finish with a release, go. Go, go, go. How am I going, Tom? What's going to... Damn. Land balanced, hip press, not knee press. All right, good. So we'd work that pivot. Then we may play this competitive. All right, first person to make 5 shots. Now we work the next pivot. Land balance, inside foot, reverse. Low to lower, catch low, pivot low into my shot. So now I'm building my form shooting into working on footwork as well. Let's go. Spin, go, next, go. Yep, inside foot, reverse. Go, 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 go. Start with your hips down. You guys are all starting upright. Start with your hips down. Go, go, go. Inside foot, reverse, good. Get some lift on our shot. I want a little jump. Get the ball higher, Luke. Get your wrist under it. Be balanced in our pivots. Set, load, release. Low on your pivot, Maya. Low on your pivot. All right, hold there. Next one. Outside foot, forward pivot. Outside foot, forward pivot. Good. Oh. No, that's inside. Is that right? Yeah, there we go. He's got it. Outside foot, forward pivot. Sometimes you trick yourself with some of them. Good. Low to lower, drive up on your shot. Outside foot, forward. Good. All right, last one. Outside foot, reverse. Outside foot, reverse. So open up. Good. Open up. Good. Go, 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 go. So I would do this, I'm going to skip it, but I would do block and elbow. So start on the baseline, then move into the block, then go to elbow as well. All right. Again, emphasizing the whole time, they're pivoting, catching in stance, and also maintaining their shot technique. All right, and just coaching on the run. Be balanced, Maya. I mean, some of these guys are really good players, but even you can see now they're on trial because everyone's watching, but their footwork and their balance needs work. All right, so teaching this stuff at a domestic level is crucial. It's crucial. All right, they've got to come in. We've gone away from teaching footwork. We've got to go back to it. All right, footwork is really important. But if we just work pivots, they get really bored. We're doing a shooting game while we do it. Good. All right, hold there. Take a step out. Take a step out. All right, now we're going spin out and we're going a stride stop or a 1-2 stop. So we're not the 2 foot, not the jump stop, we're going a stride stop. All right, so these guys have to do a better job of starting with their hips down. They all start like this and then try and get ready. Do your homework early. We want them to start low, like they're ready to run a race. Drop their hips and be ready to go. Okay? Throw the ball out nice and high. Cut behind the ball. We're going inside foot down first and a 1-2 stop. So it's heel, toe, toe. All right? Cut behind the ball. Heel, toe, toe. Catch the ball in the set. Wrinkles in the wrist. Thumbs make a T, arms make a V. Drive up into load release. Go. And then alternate sides. Good. Heel, toe, toe. Go. Next, next, next. Spin it. Cut behind the ball. Don't run straight at it. Cut behind it so they can be facing the basket. If they run straight at it, they then face, got to do a big turn. You've got to cut behind it like a little banana. Cut behind the ball. Hips down, hips down, hips down. Starting to upright. Hips down. Low, low, low. Good, good, Ariel. Did I say your name right? Ah, close. Good, Josh. Backspin on it. Backspin on it. Good. Hold there. All right. So again, coaching them on the run with it, but making it more game-like. We're now working their footwork. This would fit into a game coming off a down screen, anything like that. You've got to have this sort of footwork. All right. So we're building it in and explain that to the kids that, you know, Steph Curry comes off a down screen. That's his footwork he's got to have, so they understand why, and it's not just a drill that coach made up. All right. Move to the block. Start low, spin the ball out towards the old elbow. So back when I played, there was the key way went like this on an angle, spin it out towards the old elbow, cut behind the ball, heel, toe, toe, set, load, release into the shot. Start low to start with, hips down, good, good, go. Spin it, cut behind it. Don't run straight at it, go. Cut behind the ball, cut behind it. Go, 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 more game like. You can go faster, Maya. Hey man, what's your name again? No. So you're throwing the ball and running straight at it. Throw it and run behind it. So you're throwing in a straight line and then cutting and then trying to turn. If you're going on this side now, throw it more to the inside. You've got to get around it so you're catching facing the basket. So see if Ariel does it. See how she's sort of making a banana around? That's what I want you to do, rather than go in a straight line. Good. Good, good, good. All right, so again, you could do this from wherever. When I do this with the NITP group, the Basketball Victoria kids, hold there. We'll do short corner, elbow, side, side, top, like we'll do all different ones and really quick. And we make it competitive there, all right, and then just emphasize the footwork on the run. To start with, you may not make it competitive, but this is different ways you can build it in. All right, now we're gonna go off the bounce. So we wanna build the 1-2 footwork, the stride stop off the bounce. So start back short corner. Start back short corner. So again, they've got to be low to start with, their hips down like they're ready to take off and run a race. You need to move out, man. Where Josh is. Yep. Yep. All right, outside hand dribble. So this side is right, that side is left, hips down. Long dribble first, you want to go somewhere. Long dribble first, you want to go somewhere. Second dribble is strong, hard dribble to get rhythm into the shot. You bounce the ball, get to your set. All right, long dribble, strong dribble, then into the shot. Exact same footwork as we did, heel, toe, toe, inside foot. Any questions? Nope, start low, start low. Left hand dribble on that side, alternate sides, go. Long, strong, 1-2. Wrong footwork, go, go, go. Long, strong, inside, outside. Be balanced, Maya, jump up, not forward. Good, Ariel. Go, go, go. So they've got to get a hard second dribble when they're coming off the bounce so they get to their set. Hard second dribble, get to their set, get into their load release. That's going to quicken up how quickly they do it. You've got to become better at shooting the ball off the dribble as you get to higher levels because people can go under screens and things. So you've got to be able to shoot off the dribble. All right, so this is how I would build it up to start with. Inside, outside, so it's left, right on this side. Left, right on this side. Long, strong. Go a bit faster into it, Luke. Not bad, right idea. Good, Josh. Faster, Mike, faster. All right, hold there. Move to block the elbow. Block the elbow. All right. Now, they're never going to dribble in the game and shoot this shot, but we're trying to get them to build the technique before we put it into other situations. Start in the running position. Long, strong, then get into it. All right. Left, right on this side. Right, left on that side. Go. Two dribbles. 1, 2. Hard second dribble. 1, 2. Good, Luke. So they should actually start to point that toe back the direction they're going as they put the heel down. Heel, toe. That's going to quicken it up. Make sure we maintain our form. All right, hold there. Again, same thing. We can do this from the top, from the wing, wherever you want to do it. And it's the same drill, but you just do it from a different spot and the kids don't know, all right? Do it from a different area, make it competitive, go to a time, whatever you want to do, but work on the same thing. You've done shooting off a 2-foot jump stop, you've done shooting off a stride stop, and you've done shooting off the dribble, all in 10 minutes, which is all important skills. You're working their footwork, you're working their shot, getting plenty of reps, all right? This is better than having 2 lines and 1 kid shooting at a time and all this sort of thing. They're getting through it. Every kid's got a ball. They're going to be engaged and they're going to be active. You just got to tweak the parameters of the drill to make it more engaging as you've done it once or twice. All right, last one on the shooting. Last one on the shooting. So we've done all on 0 so far, so no defender. Now I'm going to build to having a defender. So Luke, you're here. Ariel, you're on the wing. All right, I'll just have 2 people demonstrate this one. Everyone else step off. All right, for time constraints, we'll just do 2. All right, so we're now going to go contested shooting. So, like I said before, we've got to build their shot technique first, get it right, build it into game-like situations, then teach an understanding of shot technique. That's the last part, is really getting to understand what's a good shot. Okay, so this drill, offense, defense. The defender has to start inside the semicircle, both feet inside, down, ready to go. Offense, down, ready to go. When you're ready, you throw the ball to Luke. Throw it to him. Sprint corner, you're throwing and contesting. Now with younger kids, how would I modify the drill? Distance, yeah. Just start them over further, shooting closer, all that sort of thing. So you just modify it to shoot your age. Ariel plays Youth League Women, she can shoot a 3. All right, get there. Go, 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 chase Luke, get there, get there, get there. Good. All right, go again, go again, go again. You guys get ready to set it up. Go again, quick. Good, next person, move in. Now, what will happen with this drill the first time they do it, the kid that's shooting will concentrate on the defender. They've got to learn to block the defender out and concentrate on the target. All right, so in this drill, we're telling them they're shooting it. So they've got to be ready to get there as quick as possible, sprint to the corner and then shape up, get our spacing, get our feet facing the ring, all right? And they've got to catch the ball quickly and be into their shot. If they concentrate on the target, on the back of the rim, and shooting the ball with proper technique, they'll make some shots. If they concentrate on the defender, they'll be lucky to hit the ring. All right, so you've got to really emphasize concentrate on that. Let's go. Hey, move our line up here. So you guys are ready to come in. Move our lines up here. Go. Get there, get there, get there. Contest. Yep, go. He's back. Look at that, Josh. Here we go. Next one. Go this side. Quick. Come up here. Just go one side. Just go one side. Just go one side. Luke, just go one side. I don't mind that. So something like that where he might be adaptive is okay because it creates a bit of creativity and adaptive scoring. So that's actually okay. But it's probably where he started. Here we go. Chase it down, chase it down, chase it down. High hand. Good. Freeze for a sec. Now, freeze, sorry. Now think about it. You've only got an hour a week or, hour and a half if you're lucky, maybe even 45 minutes. You've got to get more drill out of the drill. So what could I now emphasize as well? I know it's not shooting, but what else could I emphasize in this drill? 100%. So now I can emphasize to the defender, getting too high hands up on a closeout, or if you want to go one hand, whatever it may be, but I can now coach the defense. So on this, I want a better closeout, short choppy steps, 2 hands up, all right, and I want to hear shot. All right, let's go. Get there, get there, get there, perfect closeout. Good, go, next. So now we're getting it, building more into it. So that's what you got to be. You got to be a bit adaptive and creative because you don't have much time with your kids. Good. You see the shot technique goes out the window a little bit. I'm not too fast because we're trying to make it game-like in this one. And then I'll fix it next time. All right, hold there. You should have quit earlier, man. Out of the way. You should have listened. All right, watch out. Same setup. Now we're going to go off a one bounce pull-up. So the footwork we did before off the bounce was inside outside. So you'll throw it, you'll drift, good, throw it back. You're now got a one bounce pull up. So one hard dribble and then inside outside. So good. So as I catch, you got to push the ball out, inside outside in the shot. Now if you run there in a straight line, you'll block her. You have to touch the 3-point line and chase from behind. So this is like you've run her off the 3-point line. She's driving now and you chase behind. Yeah, so you'll have to touch the 3-point line here. She's drifted, and then you'll be contesting from the side. Get as much pressure as you can without fouling. All right, get as much pressure as you can without fouling. Let's see it. Get there, get there, get there. Chase, chase. Good. So we're getting that side pressure, and they got the pull up. So now it's more game-like. Contested shooting. Drift to the corner. Good. All right, take your pull up though. It's off the dribble, off the dribble, off the dribble. Space, space. Good. Drift, throw, touch. Off the dribble. Remember what we're doing. Off the dribble. One bounce pull up. I must be boring or something, he didn't listen. Good, high hand contest. Now you could make a million different drills up yourself that suit your kids, but this is just an example of one way to do it. All right, so you've seen the progression from very monotonous, on zero, coach centered, very controlled shadow shooting, through to the form shooting, through to the breakdown drills, now into something that's more game-like, where they have a bit more fun, let them go. All right, then fix it up on the run. Just give them little pointers. Show me away, mate. All right, hold there. So we could do the exact same drill, both sides of the floor, work each hand, work each different footwork. We could also start low. So start down on the bottom dash, start down in the corner. You guys around, and do it the other way. Throw, lift, throw back, go contest. All right, so you could work it either way to work your different footwork and different scenarios. Again, this is one I'd make competitive. First player to make 2 threes or something like that, but just make it really competitive with that. All right, chill out for 1 sec. So that's all the shooting stuff I'm going to do as far as technique and jump shots and whatever. I'm now going to build into more of the finishing. So the ability to make layups, playing off 2 feet, being adaptive, and hopefully I get through it all. I've left a fair bit in. But I'm going to try, rather than just go, oh, this is how you do a layup, right foot, left foot, I'm going to try and show you some drills that might be something you haven't seen or something that's engaging. All right, so this first one's a combo drill to work the regular layup. All right, but the kids have done, you know, outside, inside, up and all that. I want to give them something harder. This is something I'd go to. So I need you guys to line up both sides of the key. 2 balls with the person at the front. Yep. Okay. All right, so this drill, again, fitting more into the drill. I'm going to work their ball handling with 2 balls. I'm going to work their footwork and their stance, so their balance. That one. I'm like the ball boy now. Ariel's telling me to get him, he's telling me to get him. All right, so they're going to work the 2-ball dribbling, they're going to work their stance, their base and balance, they're going to work footwork at the elbow, and then they're going to do what we really want to do, which is the outside hand layup and the right footwork on the layup. So on this side of the floor, I want outside hand dribble, so it's got to be left hand, and then it's got to be left foot, right foot, up. So how the drill will work, 2-ball dribbling, but we're going to work off the lunge, so it's a long step. Lift my back heel, don't drag it. long and low, long and low, long and low, long and low, long and low. Once I get to elbow, jump stop with both basketballs. Get to that point. Go, get to that point. Eyes up, hard dribble. Don't rush, long and low. Long step and low, good. Then they'll jump stop there and hold it. Okay, don't rush this part. What I want them to really work is being able to hold that position, ready to take off. When they get older, or certainly to these kids' levels, we talk about beating someone off the dribble. That's how we do it, long and low. We take it, we get our heel and hip past and we've done it. Okay, so that's what we're sort of building in. They jump stop and the elbow down in stance. We're going to pivot on our inside foot and make it a forward pivot. So here, and you're going to go the other way. Good. All right. From there, if they were young kids, I would have got them to flick me one basketball when they got to the top. So turn around. So you would have flicked me one and then pivoted. All right. But I'm going to go 2 balls with you. So they're going to keep both. Okay. Pivot round. Now you've got one dribble layup. So step with this foot, put the ball on the floor. Perfect. Same there. Good. So now they've got to do it all one hand. They've got to hold the other one like they got grabbed on the arm and go score. So there's a lot in it, and then just work the layup. Go. Eyes up. Long and low. Don't rush. Long and low. Slow down. Good. Jump stop. Pivot. Pivot. Go. Less robotic. Good. Jump stop. Pivot. Go. Next one. Next one. Next one. Keep going. Go, Josh. Go. So modify this drill depending on what age you coach. You may have to do it with 1 ball to start. If your kids aren't very good, you might have to start with 1 ball. Keep going. You might have to start with 1 ball. You can still do the exact same thing, you just modify it. If you got the 18 A grade team, this is perfect. You're building multiple things in, 2 balls, challenge them a bit, working multiple skills in a short period of time. Pivot, go. Eyes up, long and low, jump stop, pivot. Good job. Hold there for a sec. So if I was coaching this drill and it was my team, I would stand here, unless I had to get the pass, like a young team passing off, I would stand here. Why do we think? Yeah, correct. So right now as they're driving in, the last thing I want them to do is look down. I want their eyes up on the ring early, seeing the target, whole time. I want 1, so a 3-step layup off 1 dribble. I want their eyes up. Okay, so I'd stand here and coach it and just give them the feedback on the run as they come back in line. Coach this kid, go back to watching. That's where I'd stand. So think about your positioning when you're coaching drills of where you'd stand. At the moment, I'm walking around like a madman, all right, trying to give you guys some feedback, but that's where I'd stand when I do the drill. All right, I want you to do another one. This time, alternate dribble. Jump stop, inside foot reverse, all right, then put it to the floor, same thing, left hand layup, same thing, right hand layup, but work a different footwork, work a different dribble, go. Long and low, get a longer step. If I can do it, anyone can do it. So you really got to emphasize in the lunge that they don't drag their back heel like that. All right, we don't want them doing that. We want them lifting that heel, being athletic. Go, next one. Next one, go. Eyes up, eyes up. Long step. Make sure you alternate sides. So have you guys been swapping sides? You guys been swapping? Every time you should swap. Good, go. All right. So that's my fault. Got to remind them to change sides every time so they work both hands. Go, go, go. Any questions or ideas or thoughts on that one? Yep, and wrong footwork. Yeah, which is really bad. It's 100% right. Just hold up for a sec, otherwise you won't be able to hear. So the question was about how to get their footwork right. A lot of the time, just hold up. A lot of the time, what I see with younger coaches and that, and this is sort of the old school and how we used to teach it, we talk about on the left side, it's left foot, right foot, whatever. On the right side, it's right foot, left foot. The terminology I use is outside, inside, so they always know which foot's close to the sideline and furthest from the middle, right, or close to the middle, vice versa. Outside, inside is a really good way to do it, and you've just got to demand that they do it. All right, and the reason you want to do it is so you can be athletic. As that left knee comes up, that left arm goes up, and vice versa. So if they don't, they're limiting how athletic they can be, and it's actually really bad for their knees. It's really bad. All right, now as they get older, you start to work off different things, but these guys should just be, and domestic level, should definitely be getting that right technique. So sometimes I think it's terminology. Outside, inside is what I use, because that's the same for either side. They've got to know, all right, I'm coming on my outside hand, outside, inside, up. I think that's one thing. And then you just got to really drill it in the drills and not allow them to get away with it. The other thing I was saying, I've got it written down, but I forgot to say it. You've got to do 2-to-1 ratio, weak hand or non-dominant side to dominant side. So 2-to-1. If I was just doing one side, I've got to start on their weak hand. So if they're all right-handers, let's just start on the left side to start. And that's how I break it down. So do twice as much and just ingrain that they're going to have to be good on both. Does that sort of answer your question? Yep. Yeah. Outside, inside. I might have said it wrong. All right. So now, I'm not just going to do traditional drills. I'm going to try and show you some competitive things. All right, 2 lines here. We're going tap and wrap. So 2 lines. So they're now going to line up on the charge circle. Everyone's got a basketball. Everyone's got a ball. Line up back here like this. No, you guys are good. The people are behind you. Yep, there. Here, man. Here. Give them some space. So give the guys in the next in line some space. So the first 2 up are on the charge circle. The others should be a metre or so back. Give them room. All right, this game's called tap and wrap. So they tap basketballs. They've got to wrap it around their waist 3 times. And then shoot it with their outside hand. Now, I don't care how they get it up in this drill. I just want them to get it up quick, and we're starting to build adaptive and creative finishing. So I want them to get it and finish as quick as they can. All right. So it's tap, wrap 3 times, outside hand finish. First person to score wins that game. Then you guys to the back of the line. Next group don't go till they're out. All right. Don't go on top of them. Go. Wrap fast. Lay it up. Good. Score. Good. Back. And now I'll say first person to 4. So this is meant to be adaptive finishing, not just traditional, adaptive. Next person, go, straight away. Tap, wrap. If the kids are smart, they'll hit the ball hard to see if they're actually holding on to it, all those little things. So, but it's competitive, they don't know they're actually practicing skills that are important. They've got to be able to hold the ball and be strong with it. They've got to be able to finish outside hand. Finish. They've got to be able to make multiple efforts. So if they miss, they've got to be able to keep giving effort. Go. Come on, faster. Obviously, again, they've got to swap sides so they don't end up on the same hand the whole time. Can you chill out? Good, hold there. All right, so then we want to progress that. Add another finish in. Move back a little bit. All right, so now they've got 1 dribble power layup. So power layup is off 1, 2 and up, so like off 2 feet. Again, it's got to be outside hand. That's the only information I'll give them. Tap, wrap 3 times, outside hand dribble, and then power layup. Go. 1, 2, up. Good. Next one. Good. Must use outside hand. Up. 2 feet. Got to be off 2 feet. Power layup. Got to be off 2 feet. Keep going. Go. Tap, wrap. Power layup off 2 feet. So we're looking for 1, 2, balanced and up. 1, 2, balanced and up. Good, more like that. So they get their shoulder into the defender. Now, we're not really drilling it or teaching it, just coach this one on the run. Let them work it out for themselves a bit. They've heard enough of me today. Outside hand, it's got to be outside hand. All right, so with that, I'd always play to a score. So normally I do 4. All right, because that gives everyone enough reps. All right, hold there. Now I want you guys to be on the elbows. Okay, so now we're going competitive layups. So it's outside hand dribble, down in stance, in that running stance, pound the ball. Go. Behind the elbow. Running stance, so stagger your feet, stagger your fence. Good. When I say go, they've got to do, hold. When I say go, They've got to go. I'm going to make it hard for them. You could make it whatever moves you want. I'm going to go between the legs, then go make the layup. So you're dribbling outside hand. You're going to go snap, snap, then go. All right? So, yep. Ready? Start dribbling. Eyes up, eyes up, eyes up. Eyes up on the ring. Luke, look up. Go. Yeah, you're right, go. Good. Eyes up, go. Good. So now there's a bit of pressure on the layup too. There's the person coming across. I've got to beat the person to it. It's a competitive drill. Keep going. Eyes up. I want to work on that stance and positioning. So go. So they shouldn't be bending over like that. They should have that chest up, butt down, ready to take off. Go, 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 go. Eyes up, go. Nice job. All right, hold there. So they've done that one for a little bit. You can make whatever dribbles you want.